got home this evening and I realized that I forgot to shoot the intro. This is Jim's Little Boat and I'm Jim. I want to talk today about crib boards. I know it's a big topic for folks that have older boats. I don't even have a picture of the crib boards that came with this boat. They were so beat up that I threw them away. They were a 1/2-inch marine grade plywood with a teak surface. They were totally checked and messed up and really beyond repair. So I ordered the biggest crib boards that Catalina Direct sells, and they weren't quite big enough. This one used to be the middle crib board. I took the middle one and I cut it down a little shorter to fit. I also added this cool little grip spot for your fingertips, and I had to take a router and trim away some of the edge because the stayboard was just a little too thick for the opening in the channels. Getting the stayboard and cutting it down to size is really pretty easy. The trick, however, with making your own boards is this little rounded groove right here. That's pretty tough to do unless you have exactly the right router bit. On plywood, they typically just make a bevel and the water drains out, but that won't work on plastic. This is the middle crib board. It used to be the top crib board. Cutting down the two sides to make it fit was pretty easy, but look at the rounded groove that matches the tongue on the lower board. That's really difficult to do. In order to do this project, you're going to need a friend who's good with a table saw. This is the top of the middle crib board. Notice we don't have the nice little rounded tongue, but we do have a tongue that I was able to cut on the table saw. If you want to do this yourself, you'll need to make a jig to hold the board or get a friend who's really good with their table saw. This is the top crib board. Here's the groove that matches the tongue on the middle piece. This one's a little easier cut. It's a straight cut, one saw blade width. See that fancy mahogany inset underneath the hasp? Yeah, that was a screw up. I cut a hand grab there, didn't realize I'd have to mount the hasp later, so just cut a piece of mahogany and made it fit inside the handhold. Now it looks decorative. This is the top of the top crib board. That's just a simple little bevel cut. Notice the filing on the corner. That puppy was sharp and cut my hand before I figured out I needed to round the corner. The crib boards fit quite well in the groove, but on a really hot day they would tend to expand and hang up just a little bit. Thus, we routed that edge. Okay, we're all buttoned up and secure now. This thing will shed water pretty well, like my high security system. I kind of go with the theory that I'd rather have them break into my boat than destroy it. Steal my stuff, don't vandalize my boat. In order to cut the board, you need a jig like this. It drops over the fence, it gives you plenty of room, and it allows you to slide a board through the table saw without getting your hands in the way. So it can go like this. That allows you to safely cut the groove. The other tool that you'll need to do this safely is a panel cutter, panel cutting jig. It's a big board that rides through the table saw like that. It allows you to put a board down here like so and drive it through the saw and make an angle cut safely. When I did mine, I actually put a nail hole there. And in fact, here's the mark I did. And I went to the nail hole there, and that gave me the right angle on the crib board. I should have mentioned the jacket. My wife makes me wear a nylon jacket when I'm out here, otherwise I'd bring a lot of sawdust into the house. So if you want to make these crib boards, you need a table saw and you need those two jigs, but you don't have to have a big fancy shop like I do. I had a contractor saw for years and years, and it worked just fine. The big thing, keep your fingers out of the blade, get accurate cuts.